Hello, my friends, it's Johnaroth, and today we are going to steal everything that our opponent has. Their hopes, their dreams, their cards. Today we play with Gonti, Knight Minister. Gonti, it costs 4 mana. He is a 3/4, and whenever a player casts a spell they don't own, that player creates a treasure token. Whenever a creature deals combat damage to one of your opponents, its controller looks at the top card of that opponent's library and exiles it face down. They may play that card for as long as it remains exiled. Mana of any type can be spent to cast a spell this way. So basically, whenever we hit our opponent, we're going to steal cards out of their deck and be able to cast them using any type of mana. And when we do cast spells that are in exile, we also get treasure chests. So this deck is built around creatures that our opponent is not going to want to block, or it's very hard for them to block so that we can start stealing cards from their deck. I have had games where I've stolen Time Warps and Counter Spells and Primeval Titans and some of the biggest things they've had in their deck and turned it against them. So if you enjoy turning your opponent's deck against them, this is probably for you. We do have a lot of 1-drops that have Death Touch or Flying to make them hard to block, such as Vampire of the Dire Moon, Tiny Bones, Ruthless Ripper, Foulmire Knight. Going up into the 2-drop slots, we have Gifted Aetherborn, which has Death Touch, Vault Scourge, which has Flying. A lot of our removal spells like Go for the Throat, Bitter Triumph, as well as our ramp cards, Jet Medallion, Arcane Signet, etc. And as we go up the different brackets, you're going to see lots of Death Touch creatures, Preacher of the Schism, Hooded Blightfang, or cards that our opponent is just not going to want to block, like Phyrexian Obliterator. There are a few Planeswalkers in this deck as well, but this deck is really a creature-centric base with a low casting cost to get out a bunch of creatures to swarm our opponent so we can take as many cards as we can off of their deck and use their very deck against them for the victory. So let us take Gonti, Knight Minister, into the queue and steal some cards. Let's go! Okay, our first opponent is Omnath, Locus of the Royal. Really powerful commander. We do have a 1-drop, a 2-drop, some ramp. So I really like this hand. We're going to keep it. We get to go first. Okay, I'm going to put down the Chrome Mox. Put the rat down. We'll summon Solar Transformer to ramp further. Okay. Put down the Prowler, as well as Bitter Blossom, so we can start pumping out fairies. We're going to see if we can steal cards from his deck to get us what we need. We're going to summon Gonti. Going to attack. See what we draw. Draw and explore. Okay, our opponent has an Oracle of Madiah, so he can play an additional land on each of his turns. We're going to attack. with everything. He's gonna block with the Oracle. Wow. First we're going to explore. Get a treasure. Next we're going to summon Shieldred the Apocalypse to keep the pressure on him. Plus if he draws any more cards with Omnath, we can deal him damage. Okay, our opponent is ramping hard. And a lot of lands. First thing we're going to do is attack. Put him down to 7. We're going to take the top 4 cards of his deck. Okay, I'm going to cast Solve the Equation. We do have a mana drain now. That was his before. So we should be able to counter whatever he summons. I am going to go for some sort of removal card though. Maybe Baleful Mastery. I think Baleful Mastery is probably a good choice. Let's bring out the vampire as well. Call it a day. Down to 5. Opponent keeps eyeing Shieldred and Gonti. We're going to counter his Shatter Skull Smashing and win the game. I don't know if our opponent necessarily understood how Gonti's ability worked, knowing that we could cast it. We used his own mana drain against him. That's what makes these types of games so much fun with Gonti. Using their decks against the owner. Good game. Okay, we get to go first. We're fighting Amelia, very, very strong 2-drop commander. Probably one of the strongest 2-drop commanders, unfortunately. We do get to go first. We have a couple creatures with Death Touch, etc. I am going to keep this hand. Okay. We'll summon the Prowler. He's going to put Death Touch and Lifelink on himself. Okay, he's going to kill the Prowler. Perfectly fine. We'll pay 3 life. Get out the Engine Rat, which is a 1/1 Death Touch, and Gifted Aetherborn, which is a 2/3 Death Touch lifelink. If we can draw a land, just one land here, we'll be in good shape. Is this considered an enchantment? Yes, it is. Okay. Okay. He summons a Bogart Trawler. I'm going to cast Dark Ritual. Summon Gonti. We attack. Get to draw a card, hopefully a land. I will take that. I guess I probably can't use the Windswept Heath to look for a plains or forest, but never know. If we draw Urborg, we could use the land, I suppose. I'm going to take the Swiftfoot Boots and put it on Gonti to keep him safe. But we cannot really attack our opponent right now, so we'll hold off. Please don't let us get ripped off with mana, please. Okay, our opponent summons Amalia. And a Ruin Lurker Bat. I'm going to kill the bat because it's actually a life gain creature. And then we're going to attack with both. Okay, he's going to block. Or not. Okay, he's going to block Gonti. I don't think he knows how Gonti's ability works. Because it's anytime any of our creatures hit that we get to draw a card. Okay, he's going to cast Damnation to wipe the board. It's a pretty good move. Going to draw some more cards. Okay. We have Shieldred. He's going to do Toxic Deluge for 5, which is pretty good to kill Shieldred. He honestly could use some mana here more than anything. Okay, first we're going to reanimate Shieldred. Going to put the Swiftfoot Boots on Shieldred. I'm going to put down the Solar Transformer so we have more mana. We're going to swing in for an attack. It's going to block with the Vampire. Opponent's down to 12. I'm hoping our opponent tries to summon the Virtue of Persistence, because that will tie up all of his mana. And we can destroy that with the Withering Torment, but we'll see. Opponent has a lot of cards, so that's pretty beneficial for him.
I tire of adults pretending they know how to fix everything.
Okay. Okay. Opponent is gonna bring back another creature. Okay, we now draw the land, of course. So I'm gonna get rid of the Abiding Grace. Also going to destroy the Soothsayer. Attack with Sorin. Okay, our opponent's up to 12, but losing 3 life a turn. Down to 7. Come on, use the One Ring. And our opponent scoops. Yeah, Shieldred the Apocalypse is still a beast of a card. When you have a deck like Amelia that's dependent upon lower level creatures and then card draw and things like that, a protected Shieldred is just, it can be a game ender. So good game. Okay, we do get to go first against Arna Kennerod Sky Captain. We do have a lot of ramp in this hand. I'm going to keep this. Put down the Chrome Mox. Put down a Meat Hook. Then we'll summon an Arcane Signet. We're basically going to have 4 mana on turn 2. Okay, I'm going to summon Sorin.
I bring war to this broken. I bring my own army.
Chrome Mox is a very powerful Magic card that was just recently added to Arena. Basically, you can have 2 mana on your first turn easily. 3 mana if you have, say, a Mox Amber with a legendary creature. It can just get crazy really quickly. We're going to summon Gonti. Going to attack. See what we steal. Land. I'm going to be very aggressive against this deck because this is a really strong commander. Can be very powerful. I'm gonna put out another vampire. Attack.
You can deal with my servant. I'm busy.
See what we can steal from him. Okay. Kaya's ghost form will put on Sorin. Put down the Nezumi Prowler. I'm going to put the Death Touch lifelink counter on Gonti. A pretty good setup here. Okay, he has a 5/5 Esper Sentinel. Pretty strong. I'm going to kill the Sentinel. We can even pay the draw cost, which I'm going to. And now we attack for a lot of damage. Yeah, and our opponent scoops. That ramp early on in the game, having a Chrome Mox and Arcane Signet to get out a Planeswalker as early as turn 2, really put us so far ahead of our opponent that they just could not recover in that game. Good game. Okay, our next game is against Xenagos, God of Revels. Very powerful Gruul commander who can pump up creatures. This is probably going to be a pretty strong creature-focused deck. It's a 6/5 that's indestructible. He isn't on the battlefield until your devotion is 7. At the beginning of your combat, another creature you control gains haste and +X/+X. So he can pump up creatures to become very powerful, essentially doubling their power. Very strong commander. Okay, summons a Bird of Paradise. I'm going to put down a Swamp. I'm going to kill the Bird of Paradise to stop his ramp. Okay, our Burial Grazer. Don't really care about that too much. Going to actually put down the Castle Lochthwain. Take a look at his hand, see what else he has. Okay, so he does have some very powerful creatures here. I'm going to get rid of the Domri because that's his ramp right now. Okay, he has a Goblin Arnachromancer. Please don't make fun of me for that. That was pretty bad. Got 3 mana. I'm going to kill the Goblin because it does discount his cards. I'm just trying to keep him off balance for ramp is what I'm really aiming for here. Okay. He has an Overlord. He's going to do 4 damage to us, which is fine. I'm going to summon a Phyrexian Arena to get the ramp going. He will be able to summon Xenagos, which is scary. He has 1 card left. Okay, we'll put down the land. If he draws a creature, that's going to be really scary for us. If he doesn't, then we should be okay. Okay, he doesn't draw a creature right now, so that's good for us. I could reanimate something, but I don't really see anything that I want to reanimate necessarily. So we're going to summon the Rev. I'm going to reanimate. I'm going to do a really crazy move here. I'm going to reanimate his goblin just so he can't bring it out. Okay, he's going to bring out his overlord. Really powerful creature. He's probably going to kill Rev, which is fine. Okay. We're going to attack with the Hooded Blightfang. And we're going to wait. We're going to kill the... Well, wait, is it at the beginning of combat? Okay. We're going to kill the Overlord, so he can't pump it up. Okay, we're going to summon the Nighthawk Scavenger. Attack with the Hooded Blightfang. He's been putting in work this game. See what he does. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and kill Kogla. Yeah, and our opponent really is just out of moves at this point. He's out of steam. We're continuing to draw 2 cards a turn. On our turn, we can bring out Gonti, attack with all, gain a ton of life, deal at least 6 damage, if not more, in the air. He'll probably be dead next turn, if not the following turn at the latest. Really good game. Thank you so much, my friends, for watching my video featuring Gonti, Knight Minister. Gonti is a fairly strong commander. I would put him in the mid-B tier as far as commander level from a power perspective. You can lose some games to board wipes and control spells and stuff like that, but your creatures, a lot of them have death touch or have abilities where it's going to be tough for your opponent to block. And then when you start to steal cards from their deck and start to summon their own creatures, or use their own counter spells, or their own board wipes against them, that's just so incredibly rewarding from a gameplay perspective. I really enjoy playing with Gonti Knight Minister, and had some really fun, enjoyable games in the arena. The deck list is below. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my amazing and delicious content. I'm a new YouTuber who's trying to build out my fan base and my videos, so please help support me as I grow my channel. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good day.